All right. What's going on, guys? It has been a hot second since I've been on the YouTube. So I thought I would go live. I'm kind of just in this let's make something kick. So I want to do it like the laziest way possible and not have to edit and do all that stuff. So I'm like, let's just go live. I have something I want to chat about, and I think it's in the title, right? What is the title of this video? Whatever. Yeah, so I was thinking, and this is going to be kind of like not make a lot of sense to people that don't have their own business or aren't like, I feel like a lot of the people, when I see the subscribers from the recent videos, which by the way, thank you so much. Like those videos have absolutely crushed it. It's been awesome. And I'm so glad you guys like those pressure washing videos because those are the videos that I like. And so it's been really nice to see those perform well. And a lot of the subscribers have been people that, own pressure washing businesses, or tons of people have hit me up and asked, how do I start my own pressure washing business? So that's kind of a lot of the people, that's the audience. So if this doesn't pertain to you, I'm sorry. But I figured it might help some people out. It might bring up an interesting conversation. And so if you want to speak your mind, the chats are open, so go ahead and do that. But I was thinking, every time I'm driving on the freeway, I have like these random thoughts. And so I'm glad that I can go live right now and talk about them real quick. But I was thinking, like, what would I do if my business shut down tomorrow and I pretty much got fired from my own job? What I would do. And I kind of, that took me down kind of like a depressing note, but like it took me down this like made up story in my head, and I kind of came up with a conclusion, and I wanted to share like what I would do if I had to restart all over again. And I don't know if I would necessarily, I've always been an entrepreneur. That's what I love. I love business. I love talking about business. I don't like cleaning windows. I don't like pressure washing. I love, building a foundation, putting the right people in place to do this stuff, and like just kind of growing from there. That's what really gets me excited. And so I was thinking of like what I would do if I had to start over. And I think obviously I would probably be the worst employee ever. Just with what I know now, I would be so bad at like following, like, I'm not disrespectful. I'm not saying that I'd be disrespectful. Like, I'm a really good worker. I love working hard, but I would just having the freedom that I have now. Like most of the time I go to the gym, like in the morning when the guys are working, and it's just so nice to like be on my own schedule. And so I was like, I would be an absolute terrible employee. But if I had to be an employee, like what would happen? And I think that just because of my experiences in my own business, like I know pretty much everything. Not that I know everything, but like, I've had to do everything. I've had to do payroll. I've had to do taxes. I've had to do accounting. I've had to build systems. I've had to put an operations manual. I've had to actually do the work. I know how to sell. I know how to put up ad campaigns. Like there's all this stuff. There's a wider range of stuff that I've had to do, had to figure out, that like I could like kind of jump into any place, like any position, any job, and I could probably have some sort of experience in it just from what we've done so far as a company. Not saying that I would be terrific at it, but I could probably make it work. But with that being said, like it'd be so hard for me to go back into like just like a position. So I was thinking like I would definitely have to go back to school. And that's kind of what I settled on. I would have to go back, get like my MBA. Right now I have a finance degree, just a BS in finance. That's probably the least I know about business is finance, but I have a degree in it. So take that as you may. But like I would definitely have to go back and get my MBA just so when I come out, I can get like a job in like the corporate structure, like high up in a corporation, because like just from my experience, just the way like I'm just naturally wired as an entrepreneur, like I would have to be somewhere among the ranks of like a big corporation. So I think I would go back cut this long story short, I would have to go back to school, probably go get my MBA in like corporate governance, which is like board of directors type of stuff, whatever. I'd probably end up back in like private equity, like doing something there. That's something that I honestly could see myself doing. But yeah, it's just weird because they say a lot of like entrepreneurs are bad employees, and it's pretty obvious why. I'm so scatterbrained, but yeah, I just wanted to share that. And for anybody that like watches this, I know there's 2 people on right now, but in the replay, like if you guys ever thought about like what would you do if you never, or if you had to start all over again in a real job? Not that this isn't a real job, but like if you had to go back into like the real like corporate world or whatever you were doing before, like what would you do if you had to start over and could not be your own boss again? So that was that. The other thing that I wanted to talk about, which is kind of cool, and I haven't shared it really with everyone, but I say we. Oh, great. Super sweet. Is we did, why do I always say we? It's because I'm used to saying, like when I talk about the company, I always say we to make it sound bigger than it is when it's really only like 5 people. But and I'm nervous to say this because my girlfriend is one of the 2 viewers, so this is nervous. But I restarted a podcast and it's focused on business, mainly because I wanted to push myself out of my comfort zone. And I just wanted to meet people that I wouldn't necessarily get to meet, and learn things that I normally don't get to learn. And so it's called All Systems Go. It's on iTunes. There's 2 episodes out. I haven't yet to tell anybody because my phone keeps ringing. Because I don't know, I just didn't. And so it is available on podcast. There's 2 episodes. The latest one, which is really cool, is on door-to-door sales. So if you are, a lot of us in the pressure washing and window cleaning industry are just gearing up to get into our busy season. And so we're just trying to get the phone to ring really as much as possible. Door-to-door could be a great way to do it. I never planned on doing door-to-door, but I hired a sales rep and it kind of just happened that he liked doing door-to-door. So I needed help to figure out the best way to do it. And so it's really cool because I will not pretend to know everything about business, at least. I'll just leave it at that. But I get to meet people that do and have more experience than me and to ask them questions that I need help with. So that's what I did. I interviewed a guy named Jared Skinner. He has a window cleaning company actually out in Denver. And he grew his business primarily through door-to-door sales. He used to work for Orkin. He did like 30 million, or he like managed a team that did $30 million in like 4 months at Orkin. And so he like shared his whole scripts. It's actually really cool. And so that podcast is live. It's called All Systems Go. And then at the end of the podcast, there is actually a way to, we even made there it is. I said we again. We even made a sheet that says, gives you like step-by-step how to implement like a door-to-door sales team, some scripting that's available. So it's really cool. I just want to make it as easy as possible. I want to make it just as helpful as possible. And so I was a little nervous to put it out there, but I was like, what the hell, just do it. And now I feel like there's some momentum going. So I'm looking for my next person to interview. And I hope you guys like it. That's that. Maybe I'll do one of these again in the future. Maybe I'll make it a consistent thing. I say that every time. But yeah, thanks for watching. If you ever watch this, and we will speak soon. Bye.